Hello and welcome to a new manga reading vlog. I have been in such a mood for manga, and that's entirely due to Chihayafuru. I finally took the time to rewatch the entire series in order to watch the new season that's airing, and I love it so much. It's driving me actually insane. I seriously rewatched the first two seasons in 4 days, and then I caught up on the new season in another day or two. And now I'm stuck in the stupid eternal limbo of waiting for the next episode a week later, and I am dying inside. I am actually dying. I was so on edge the entire time I was rewatching. I was going to work as a zombie, and just literally all I could think about was that show. It was so stressful. I was just spending all my time thinking about like everything that was happening and all of the implications, and it was driving me insane. I love that show so very much. Those two boys, that is the only love triangle I will ever endorse. It's the only one that I've felt actually good about, and the only one where I can actually say that I don't know who I would choose. I don't know which side I'm on, and that's insane. That never happens. I hate love triangles, but this one is just so good. Those two boys are my everything. I can't even begin to explain how much I love them. I have never felt so strongly about anime boys in my life, and I don't know what it is about them. They're just so good. I will tell you, hi, I'm Sam. I'm on the ace spectrum, but those two boys, they make me feel things that I didn't know were possible, and now that I have to wait a week in between each episode, I need something, anything to fill this void in my heart, so I am turning to manga, and specifically love manga, shoujo romance manga, because that is my thing, and that is what I'm craving at the moment with those two. So I decided to pick up a few manga from my library and read them with you and show you my reactions in real time. So, all of the books I got from my library. I kind of went crazy. I'm telling you, I am just feeling so many strong emotions that I don't even know what to do with myself, and I just grabbed pretty much a lot of what I felt would be interesting for me at the moment. So, doing a quick little library haul, starting, I guess, at the top. I got Volume 1 of Candy Color Paradox by Isaku Natsume, and this is a BL about, I think, a journalist, newspaper reporter. Honestly, I don't really know what most of these are about. I just know that I'm interested in reading them, and considering I'm going to be reading them in this vlog, I can tell you what they're about once I actually know what they're about, so maybe I just won't do synopses. But this is the first manga I got. I then got 2 volumes of Idol Dreams, volumes 1 and 2 by Arina Tanemura. Again, I don't really know what this is about, but I decided to get a couple volumes to see if I would like it and give it a try. I also have All My Darling Daughters by Fumi Yoshinaga. Again, no idea what this is about, but I'm pretty sure this is just a 1-volume story and it's not really a series, so I thought that would be interesting. I don't really read many one-shots. And then I have 9 volumes of Love at 14 by Fuka Mizutani. So this is volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I decided to get pretty much this entire series that is currently out. I think there's volume 10 is published in Japanese, but I'm not sure if it's published in English yet. I heard that Manga Kid review this series, and I know that he liked it more for the side characters' romance than the main characters' romance. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I'm not really expecting to fully love it, but again, I'm in the mood for a lovey high school romance. So I picked this up. And then one book that I also got, which I'll also show you, is Sunken Gardens. This is obviously not a manga. This is a guide to setting up freshwater aquariums, and if you didn't know, I have a freshwater aquarium. And I thought this would just be really interesting. It has some stuff about aquascaping, which is what I'm really into, so I thought I would pick it up and see what I could learn from it. I won't really be vlogging this one because I'm pretty sure no one has any interest in this whatsoever. It's just me, but it's so pretty. Aquariums are so pretty, and I would love to know how to make my aquarium better looking. So yeah, I also picked this up, but not really relevant for this vlog. Anyway, now that I have this entire stack of manga, I don't really know what I want to start with. I know I don't really want to start with Love at 14 just because it's a bigger commitment since I have so many of them. So I'm either going to start with Idle Dreams or All My Darling Daughters. I probably won't start with Candy Color Paradox just because I'm not quite in the mood for that right now. So I think I'll pick up Idle Dreams first. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, so I've pretty much figured out what this is about. It's this woman here who is 31 and she feels like she's failed life and she wishes she could go back and redo it all and she wishes she was 15 again. And a guy gives her a pill that's going to turn her back in time, and literally this wouldn't be much of an issue if I wasn't in the line of work that I am, which is literally drug development and pharmaceutical sciences, and my PhD is going to be in pharmaceutical sciences. So this sketchy ass pill that the government has halted their research on and that he's now giving to this girl is just like, there are so many things wrong here that's not how it works. That's just not how it works. And it doesn't matter at all. It's a shoujo manga. Who really cares? But I thought I would just put that in because that's just like weirdly specific to me. Okay, I just finished the first volume of Idle Dreams, and like I was saying before, it's about this girl who regrets all of her decisions in life and wants to become a teenager again to redo her life and take more risks. And she does this by taking a pill that reverts her to her 15-year-old self for 5 to 6 hours. And when she turns into a 15-year-old girl, she ends up getting swept up by an idol agency and she turns into an idol. This was very cheesy. I can already see where some of the plot lines are going, and a lot of the just dialogue and the scenes that happen are really cheesy. I'm not sure how much I'm enjoying it. It's very silly, but I wasn't really expecting anything serious anyway. Apparently the mangaka was going for a magical girl series for adults, so that I guess sort of gives you the vibe of it. I will continue and read the next volume right now just to see, and since I have it anyway, but I'm not feeling too strongly about this series really either way. I just started volume 2. I forgot to say it's also super dramatic in a really, again, cheesy way. There is a bit of like a cheating trope or an emotional cheating trope, which is not great coming from one of the guys, so there's also that I'm uncomfortable with. I just finished volume 2 and I still don't really know how I feel about this. They added in another boy. There's so many boys. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 boys, and it's the second volume, and I'm just, it's questionable. This whole series is questionable. I don't know if I want to continue it or not, but we'll see. I'll think about it some more. Okay, after thinking about it for like 10 minutes and also reading a bit of a spoiler review, I am gonna drop Idle Dreams. It's way too dramatic for me, and it's definitely going in a direction that's pretty problematic as well, so it's not really something that I want to continue. I honestly don't even know where I got it from. I don't know what made me put that on my list of manga that I want to read, but I don't want to read it anymore, so that is one down. I think I might start Love at 14 next. We'll see how that one goes. I just finished volume 1 of Love at 14 by Fuka Mizutani, and it was super adorable. It's about these 2 middle schoolers. They were friends before and they're discovering what love is and what puberty is, and it's really, really cute, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to continue in the series. It's just adorable and sweet and fluffy as you would expect when they're 14 years old, just going into middle school, so this is so far turning out well. Volume 2 is done. It's still freaking adorable, and I'm still enjoying it. I want to know more of what happens. It's kind of told in little, like, short little vignettes rather than a continuous storyline per se. And they're all really cute, really sweet, and very short. And I am excited that I have the rest of the series that I can just binge. And as much as I would love to binge it right now, I think this is the last one for tonight because I still have work tomorrow. So unfortunately, I can't just sit here and read manga all day as much as I would love to. Oh, it's almost the weekend. It's Friday and I'm back from work and I'm so ready to just spend this weekend reading manga. That's all I really want to do. I made myself a bagel, I made myself a tea, and I'm ready to sit down. I do want to mention I did end up reading volume 3 before I went to bed last night. And there is one thing that I want to bring up in regards to the series, and that is that there is a student-teacher relationship. So if that bothers you in any way, I would stay probably very far away from this. There is like a 14-year-old middle school student with a 24-year-old teacher. So if you're sensitive to that, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're not, I don't really mind it so much. It's weird, but it's not something that makes me vehemently dislike anything, so I'm fine reading it. If you're like me, then I would still go ahead with the series. It's still really adorable in all of its other parts, and the main couple I actually really like. I wasn't expecting to really like the main couple because of what I heard from that manga kid, but I actually really like them so far, so we'll see how it goes through the rest of the series. I'm probably going to pick those up very, very soon today. The adults in here are gross. I really don't like the nurse. And it seems like there's going to be another relationship between a 14-year-old boy and a grown woman. I'm getting more skeptical about this each volume. Okay, I'm out of my contacts. I'm moving to the couch. Still haven't finished this freaking massive cup of tea, even though it's cold by now. But I did finish one more volume of this manga. I am starting to feel indifferent about it. I didn't really feel strongly either way about this. I don't know, there's just like, it's not grabbing my attention. I wasn't really angry at anyone like I was in the last volume. At the same time, I like don't feel anything for any of the couples in this either. There are more couples being introduced. I think there was 2 more, or some that we saw parts of before, but yeah, I don't know. I'll keep going because I have it and I might as well. Volume 6. The main couple's still cute. The adults are still weird. That's all I got for this. Volume 7 is done. As in most school mangas, they're at the point where they're trying to decide what they're going to do with their future and where they're going to go to high school in this case. I haven't really read many with middle school students, so it's kind of weird seeing it as high school instead of deciding where to go for college. But anyway, it's the same concept, literally the same thing, so still feeling indifferent. I don't really care. The first couple volumes were definitely much better than I think the remainder of this series is. And the sketchy relationships continue. So there was another new one in this volume, which was not as bad as the other ones, but still very, very weird. It's a 5th grader, an elementary school student, except she's drawn so much older than would actually be plausible. So that was weird, but I did appreciate an LGBT aspect that was in this volume in particular, so that was nice. Everything else, I don't know. I did it. I finished all of the volumes I have of Love at 14 by Fuka Mizutani, and I actually liked this volume better than I've liked the previous volumes. I'm not really sure why. I think because it focused mainly on the main couple in here. Though I will say I have no idea what the heck happened at the end of this volume with the kid and the girl on the bus. I don't know what was happening there, but yeah, I really liked this volume, which is interesting. At this point, it's not completed. I know it's still being written, and there is a volume 10, I don't know if it's in English yet, but I don't have it, so this is all I'm going to be reading of it. My impressions of the series so far, I don't really know. I really enjoyed the first couple volumes, but then it sort of tapered off like around the middle, and then it picked up again in this last volume. So I don't know if I would really recommend it. It's fine to just like pass time, but it's nothing that I think you really need to read. And it's not that great anyway, so I don't know. It's an enjoyable little pastime, but it can be passed. So that is all of the manga I think I'm going to read tonight. I only have 2 more volumes left from my library haul. I'm going to have to go and put more holds at the library and restock my supply, because that lasted me, 2 days? Yeah, so I'm going to read those other 2 volumes tomorrow probably, and then figure out something, because I've already exhausted all of Crunchyroll's manga. They are not very good, and there's not really a good selection on there. So I don't know. I will take a look at what the library has and hopefully pick some up soon. I just finished Candy Color Paradox by Isaku Natsume. This was so cute, just as I expected. Oh my god, it was adorable. This is a BL, and like I thought before, it's about journalists. It's one of them is like a gossip journalist, and the other one is like someone who writes articles on like political scandals and stuff. And they get paired together even though they don't really like each other, and it's a hate to love, and it's so flipping cute. Their dynamic is just like one of those that gets me every time. It's so adorable, and I love how they are just like, they get along, but then they think they don't get along, and it's just the cutest freaking thing. This actually ended up being much like thicker and took me much longer to read than I anticipated. There's a lot of writing in it, so it took me a little longer than like the Love at 14 volumes have to read, which was really interesting. But I very much enjoyed this, and I definitely want to continue in the series. I don't think my library has volume 2 yet, and I think there is a volume 3 at this point, so I'm going to have to go request that they buy it so that I can read them, because they're adorable. It does have explicit content. There's an explicit content warning in that bottom corner over there, so be aware of that. It is an explicit BL, but it's just so cute, and I loved it. So at this point, I just have All My Darling Daughters to read, and I think I'm going to pick that up now because I am cozy in my blanket and I don't really want to leave yet. 1 more volume to read, and then I think I'm going to actually take you along with me as I search through my library catalog to figure out what manga I want to check out next, because I need more manga in my life, and this, 3 days is not enough for me. I need to order more or put in holds for more. It's only the first page, and this art is completely different from what I was just reading, so that's very interesting. I finished the final volume of manga that I have. I finished All Your Darling... Oh no, that's not it. I finished All My Darling Daughters by Fumi Yoshinaga. This, I don't really know how to explain it. It is a 1-volume story. It's 5 chapters, 5 little short stories that are all sort of tied in their characters, but it doesn't really have like a single plot line. It's more exploring the character relationships between all of these different women, and like the mother-daughter relationships, and then like friends and stuff. So it's a lot of different things. It's like character study, so I don't really know how to explain it other than that. It was definitely different from anything I've read before. I've never read any Fumi Yoshinaga, even though I've heard a lot of people really like her work, so this was my first experience with it. She definitely has a very particular art style and an interesting way of telling stories as well. So it was an interesting read. I don't know if it was my favorite read, but I appreciated it, and I'm glad that I read it. So that is all of the manga that I got from the library this round, which means I need to go find some more because I want to read more manga. I'm still in a manga mood. So looking at my library website, I went through recently my my anime list, my list of manga that I want to read. That's where I keep the list of manga that I want to read, and I went and I searched for all of them at my library, And I put the ones that my library did have on my for later shelf, so that's what this is right here. There are a few of these, like Monkey High and Shugochara, that they didn't have the first volumes for, so I have like volume 7 and volume 3 here, because that's the first volume in the series that they had, which means I can't really start those yet, but I know that they're there and I can request for them to get the first couple volumes if I want to, but for now I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm considering maybe Cactus Secret. I don't know what it's about really. I think it is with younger students again, just like Love at 14, so we'll see. I don't really know if that's a genre that I really like at the moment after going through Love at 14, but I'll give it a try. I think I might do that one. Dawn of the Arcana is currently not available, and I don't really think I'm in the mood for that yet anyway. Let's see, what else would I be interested in right now? I don't really want to start Nana yet, even though so many people love it. I'm scared because that series isn't actually complete. The Ancient Magus Bride, I plan to watch the anime, so we'll see about that. I've only watched one episode of that. I don't know. Maybe Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid? I don't know what this is about, but it seems cute. Maybe I'll do that one. What else? Kitchen Princess is a classic shoujo that I'm not sure if I'm going to like or not, so I might try that one just to see, just to give it a try. Kazu-san, I really do want to read, but again, it's not available right now, so that's fine. She and Her Cat I've heard some mixed things about, but I think it's also another one-volume series, so I might check that out as well, because it'll be quick. False Memories. I have no idea what this is. Maybe I will try it. I don't really have much of a system for choosing what I want to read. Just seeing what looks interesting and what's available as well. Way of the House Husband looks really funny, but again, it's a newer series, it's a newer release, so I'm not surprised that it's not available at the moment on order actually, so they don't even have them all in the library itself. Maybe Cross Game. I think this is, again, I think they're younger. I think all of the things that I'm looking at are younger school, like middle school and elementary school, which is kind of weird, but I will try them. Mr. Minimart I think I'm gonna actually try as well. I think that's also another one volume. I think it's a BL. I'm not sure, but I think I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, I think that's it for now. That should be good, right? I have like Cactus Secret, Miss Kobayashi, Kitchen Princess, She and Her Cat, False Memories, Cross Game, Mr. Minimart. That seems like a lot. I'll get through it in like 3 days. Oh well, we'll try that, but that will be for next time if you want to know more of my thoughts on those manga when I read them. I am going to end my vlog here though because I have gone through all of the manga that I checked out from the library initially. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this style of vlog, let me know. I've never actually vlogged reading manga outside of my Fruits Basket vlog, so this is all still very new. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you later. Bye. Jeez. This makes such a mess.
What?
This tea.
Oh, wow.
It's on my freaking bagel. Oh my god. Oh my god.